You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, and the Google Gang. Let's go!
Snakewood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spider Loke. You know I'm in the Black Box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.
Jeter, gratitude is the attitude. The show is a blessing to be back in the Black Box. As we blow a succession, the constant, consistent, continuous content creation campaign continues. 7 C's, those are. As we navigate those 7 C's, I am the captain of the ship, SPI Easty, a.k.a. VJ Keyway, Mr. 1597 himself here for another session of R&R. So I need you to relax, rest, while we get to these random reactions. This is entitled, Big U Brother Was Killed by LA's Most Deadliest Killer, the story of little draws. And I found this interesting because I thought at one point I thought I knew the story, and then I heard Reggie Wright on this platform telling the story, and I realized I thought the story had something to do with the incident where DJ Quick rapped about in the song. And then I found that it was at a studio. So when I seen this, they saying LA's deadliest killer. It just intrigued me. So with no further ado, let's see what they say. Let me see the name of this channel. We already got to shout the channel what we're reacting to. Warren Cali. Let's see what Warren Cali say. Big U, little brother, and the deadliest killer has been up to.
Welcome back to another episode of Warren Cali. In this episode, I will detail the story of Big U's little brother, Little Draws. Now, Big U has had a lot of controversy in the last few years, especially with last month's indictment called Operation Drawdown, to bring him and anyone involved with him down, due to years of extortion, murder, robberies, and scams. Big U has had a long history in the streets, gaining a dangerous street reputation, repping the Rolling 60 Crips, who were formed in the 70s. Big U went by several names like Hannibal and Big Draws. He had strong family ties in the Rolling 60s, with several family members claiming the gang, and his little brother would follow in his footsteps. Dwayne Little Draws Dupree, also known as being Big U's little brother. Like I said before, he would follow in the footsteps of Big U, even taking his name, also becoming fully invested in the streets and everything the 60s had to offer. By the 90s, Big U was in prison after being arrested in a sting operation, which he received 13 years for. During Big U's prison stint, a new record label will form in Los Angeles, with faces like Suge Knight and Dr. Dre initially owning and running the company. Many artists in LA County will sign with the label. Suge Knight began signing young inner-city California-based artists. The most known in the beginning of Death Row will be the future superstar Snoop Dogg, and also his crew, the Dog Pound, that featured Corrupt and also Daz. Corrupt's life started in Philly, where he would later move to Los Angeles in his teenage years. He would hook up with his rap crew there, and also a known gang, the Rolling 60 Crips. And many Rolling 60s would take a liking to Corrupt, some including Big U and his brother Little Draws. And off this affiliation to respected Rolling 60 members like Big U, Corrupt started claiming the gang, building a relationship with the 60s further Corrupt in the streets and also in the industry. Before Big U had his hands on rappers like Nipsey, Corrupt would be the first one.
Still in the, I'm still in the streets. The little homies is coming, they want to go get down, and I'm helping them out, and I see Corrupt in the car. And I'm like, what you doing in here? Ain't you the rapper? And he like, yeah. And I'm like, man, get out the car.
You pulled him out the car?
Yeah, I'm like, you got a whole nother purpose. Like, and I know he Lamont Broomfield rapper. And I'm like, you don't need to go with the homies. And I'm like, I pulled him out the car, and I tell him, man, get on back around into the garage where you supposed to be at. And then the little homies took off on their little thing, I guess. And I seen Corrupt maybe 2 weeks later, and I'm telling Lamont, I'm like, man, you better get your boy. Your boy, he going down the wrong road. He like, nah, man, I'm cool, big homie, I didn't go. And I'm like, all right, well, if you doing this. So we just was vibing in the studio. Then we get to do the paperwork. I started Deadliest Entertainment. That was the name of the group back then, my company. I had already just signed a deal, and it was under Deadliest Entertainment. My wife wouldn't get the paperwork. So then we was doing the music part, And unfortunately, it was I was gone.
But with Big U going to prison early in Corrupt's career, it was too early to extort or control him. And many would say that Corrupt and a lot of things at Death Row will be a lot different if Big U was around in the early and late 90s.
And Death Row starts to form.
Right.
And the dog pound and everything else like that. Were you out when Death Row started to build up and Corrupt started?
Not at all.
You were in jail the whole time?
Never happened when I had no Death Row.
What do you mean?
I love Suge to death, but he definitely wouldn't have been moving around L.A. like that.
And I just take it that he's saying Suge would have definitely met a whole lot more resistance the way he was pushing around town. You know what I'm saying? He would have been challenged because, you know, U's equally as big, you know, as far as physical stature. And, you know, he indulges in that kind of activity. You know, I know firsthand.
By 1991, Big U was in prison. By 1992, Corrupt officially signed with Death Row Records. Now, Corrupt began to be known for several songs on Death Row compilation albums, as well as featured on several Death Row artist albums. And also, him and Das releasing their Dog Pound album in 1995. As the years went on, due to Suge Knight prison stint, Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre leaving the label, and Tupac's death, Death Row went downhill. And many artists left the label, including Corrupt. Corrupt released his first solo album called Corruption in 1998. It was also his first album without Death Row. It was followed by Streets as a Mother.
That's crazy. I think Gotti look young as a motherfucker. Corrupt, what it do, fool? Night bud.
In 1999. But recording this album in 1999 is where everything would turn bad. On October 17th, 1999, Corrupt and other rappers like The Realest and Act the Fool had a studio session, which several people were in attendance, including Rolling 60 Crips like Key Rock and also Little Draws, who acted as Corrupt's bodyguard. The studio session was at Echo Sounds recording studio in Atwater Village. Atwater Village was a gang-filled area. It's not confirmed if the artist knew the area was dangerous. What followed next has many theories of what happened or why it happened. Many would state gang members from Toonerville and gang from Atwater Village would feel disrespected by the presence of the artist being in the area, without them tapping in or not showing any respect. But many people will also think it was racial, with Toonerville not wanting any black people in their area. But what the artist didn't know was that Timothy McGee from Toonerville was one of the most dangerous figures in LA streets at the time, and was a known killer, and he would kill anything at will, already by 1999 having a double-digit body count. Timothy would allegedly do a drive-by with an AK-47, him and another person trying to kill everyone in sight. The Realest would be shot in the foot, and Act the Fool was also shot in the shooting. This left everyone in shock who was there. The shooting was unexpected, and one more person would be shot in the shooting.
Random, but I think in that song DJ Quick Dude said he wasn't from Rolling 60. It was more like Track New. I could be wrong. I never, ever, I always thought it was all Nears. I ain't never knew it was no essay involved in killing Big U brother. That's crazy. That's news to me. I'm glad I watched this, bro, because I would have never thought that in a million years. I don't know why I hadn't, if I heard it, I don't know why that hadn't, like, clicked after all this time.
And that would be Little Draws. Little Draws would lose his life from the shooting, and he would be the only one who died. At the time, many news outlets will put out a story that has been proven to be completely false. That Corrupt's beef with New York rapper DMX over Foxy Brown led to the shooting. The rappers made diss songs to each other, and the shooting furthered the speculation. But this wasn't true at all.
Got them all to go up to Echo Sounds that day. So I don't know if this guy was mad because they was in his territory or his neighborhood. If one of them got into it with him at the liquor store or in the area, he just didn't like Black Pyru or gang members because it was both Bloods and Crips there. Keto Rock was there, Big C Style was there, Lil Draws was there, they from the blue side. But this dude rolled by on a motorcycle and let them have it.
On a motorcycle, damn, that's vicious.
Shot them all up with an AK-47. I remember the Realest got shot. Big Draws, he died from his gunshot wound.
Now when all the shooting stopped, I think the Realest had got shot that night. Yeah, he got shot in the leg.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, he got shot in the leg that night. Yeah, him and The cat actor fool, he was on death row. He got shot in the leg. And man, rest in peace to Draws, man. Big you little brother, man. Draws, my nigga. That was the coolest nigga, man. He had got some kind of way, bro, and everybody, I'm in the booth, so some kind of, they was outside smoking or something.
So Big U, little brother, got killed this night?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Draws.
Several years later, Timothy McGee was sentenced to death for the studio shooting, along with a list of other shootings resulting in several deaths and many people shot. It has been 20 plus years since Little Draw's death. Big U and the Rolling 60s always honored him and showed him respect. His death has been solved with Timothy McGee being arrested and serving his time now, but no one still knows why it happened.
Well, they say he had multiple bodies. I often say, if it was just this one, he might be on his way out. Oh, my mama.
This will conclude this episode. If you haven't already, check out my previous episodes. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Rest in peace to Little Draws. I never knew that. I learned something, man. Oh, my mama.
Oh yeah. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
100,000 feel like something when you're thumbing through it. Done it when some would say one would be dumb to do it. Running circles round rappers on their last lap. PayPal perhaps. Ass cap the cash app. Ass app is how I expect the next direct deposit. Positivity love phone posit. Check the closet. To say we touching paper is an understatement. Underground label running late. Tell them run the payment. Executive decisions. Check the balance. Time to monetize the talents. I accept the challenge. Memory a crazy tune. 111 A. Local for my days. 97 ways.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it. We gon' live it. 97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag.
Unable to fake it. Fuck how they take it. Heard about the meeting, I was able to make it. Just sick of watching Sherm heads squabble each other while the judge steady handing out lottery numbers. It go down year round, ain't gotta be summer. Life's a bitch and niggas never get apologies from her. Dumber, big and little homies frequently locking. Don't see no other options, that's the reason they flocking. SPI ain't the nigga, how you figure fat? Gift the gab, every gig get a bigger bag. Either name your price or it's appropriation. Finesse game, nigga, nice with negotiation.
97 ways we gon' live it. You can tell me shit about my crippin'. I done been a loco my living. Now it's time to chase me a bag. 97 ways we gon' live it. Big Mac in the building. 97 ways we gon' live it.
Nightwood and that hustle. Big shout out to my nigga SPI, Spotter Low. You know I'm in the black box, had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned, all that.
It's the homie cook-up boss, goddammit, Cub Low. And y'all tuning in to the Wake and Bake Show with goddammit the homeboy Spider Low.
Here with SPI, the realest nigga in LA.
Spider this bitch!
My name is Spider Low. Spider Low, nigga.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low.
Spider Low, that's my nigga.
Spider Low. Spider Low.
Shout out to SPI, that motherfucking nigga.
Spider Low, Wake and Bake. Better keep it Google, nigga.
Loke is in LA somewhere doing what he's doing.
In the words of Spider Loke on my mama's mama.
Spider Loke's gear. This is Bay Mac.
Nate Bud, C-Mac. Shout out my Loke, Spider Loke, huh? Nate Bud, on hood. It's a beautiful world. You fight me? Fight, cred.
Point blank, through no subliminal dissing. When I listen, I can tell you never been on no mission. Sticking to the script. crib. Don't care if I offend you. Neighborhood crib. The marathon
Overlook my
continues.
competition, never seeing them. I done trained my mind that I'm going. You could tell by how I walk, talk, I'm a boss. A east side millionaire, homie, what you thought? My life is a movie. They can't get close to me. They mad cause they can't be. I'm everything that they wanna be. Yeah.
You are now in the Black Box. Whoa. With Spider Loke, Most Easty, aka BJ Keyway, and the Google Gang.
Let's go!